It's going on 4 p.m. and I'm headed over to the garden hut. They're supposed to be open until 5. But if I get over there and they've closed because of the weather, I won't be surprised. I could have called, but I figured I wanted to do an FSD beta drive today anyway. So I was going one way or the other, I guess. Willing to risk them being closed because I'll still get the drive footage. So anyway, let's go see if they have my azalea at the garden hut. And we're off for another FSD beta 11.3.4 drive. I heard there's a .5 now. I don't see Jules telling me there's a download ready or anything. It's very disappointing that Ruby has the ability to download the software update now, but there's a branch and it's probably enough I should get out and move it. Dang it. She has the ability to download the update, but no Wi-Fi. Alright, let's get this show on the road again. I'm going to kick off autopilot after I make the turn out of the cul-de-sac because A, I didn't want to go for a fast ride out of my driveway again, and B, the stop sign that's supposed to be here is missing. It's in the trees over there. Don tried to put it up one time and it came back down or got taken back down again, so I think it's just mostly been leaned by a few different people, sort of where it's supposed to be, but not actually reinstalled, and so it just doesn't work well. It's missing. It's going to stay missing. Alright. That did not engage it. I guess it's like... Okay, I'm doing it too fast. Seems like if I did a click and a click versus a click-click, it was better. Putting on her turn signal, slowing up for the stop sign, probably a little farther back than I would. What's she gonna do here with this other car? Okay, I wasn't comfortable. She hasn't started to turn, and she's way too close to the road to have turned beside that other car coming without scaring me to death, and the other driver. I mean, look, I turned and I went over the yellow line a little bit there, so... come on. Guess that was her telling me I had tried to engage it too quick after the turn. Just a little excited to actually film something. Okay. Navigate to the garden hut. She found it, Old Honeycutt Road. You're going 10 mile an hour below the speed limit, which is a consistent problem coming out of our neighborhood, where the neighborhood speed limit is 25. Jules, could we stay in our lane, maybe, sort of, please? I mean, if there was somebody coming there, I would have had to have disengaged and pulled myself over. She was too close to the yellow line. Wow, what did she do there? She's all over the yellow line. Stop it! Stop it! And I absolutely am in FSD. Just double checking. What is going on? Now she says I'm not applying enough force. Well, I'm paying attention to you not staying in your lane. Now she braked there. She did that all on her own. That was horrible. She's done that in that spot before, and I think it has to do with the construction cones, but I was watching the guy behind me. He wasn't super close, but there was no reason, zero reason to slow there like that. None, zero, nada. Alright, so I'm already stressed and I'm not even a half a mile away from the house yet. But I'm going to give her, she's back way too far to see. She's turning the wheel more than she should as she pulls forward. Really going crazy on the wheel. I have not disengaged her yet. I'm waiting to see. There's lots of cars here she needs to take into account. Is she tracking the cars to the left? I can't see. They were not in the frame. She's tracking this car, but I can't tell. All right, go. Go. She's going. This is not me. She's doing it. She did that totally fine. I was worried needlessly at that intersection. Okay. Yeah, somebody said the other day we have less accidents on FSD because FSD is so requires us to be hyper vigilant to stay safe, that it really makes us pay more attention and not less attention. I guess you can get lulled into complacency on the interstate. She should be turning here. Yeah, she puts on the turn signal way later than I think she should. As far as, why are you turning the wheel so hard to the left there? That was really weird. Totally not what a person would have done. I realized I am not going until I'm ready to go. I will turn when I am ready to turn. Thank you very much. Just because you can turn on red does not mean you have to turn on red. And I've seen people put on their turn signal and come straight through that light. So I'm going to stand. That would have really drove Don nuts. It's actually driving me nuts a little bit. But at least I'm pretty sure the honk wasn't me, because they felt I should turn on red. And you're allowed to turn on red, I repeat, but you are not forced to turn on red. And the car turned when the car felt it was safe, which was the same time I would have turned. I would have waited to make sure also. That light is really fast, so there's no reason to get all bent out of shape that you're having to wait a minute at the light. And she made that turn perfectly acceptable, and this person is now turning behind me, kind of weird. I'm pretty sure the honk was at me. I suppose I could go back. She's flashing at me to apply more pressure to the wheel. Stop nagging me. My hands are on the wheel securely, both of them. Well, as secure as they can be without kicking you. Yeah, I figured she was going to slow there pretty good. Guys with trailers, they own the road. They know you'll slow for them. I don't mean Jules collectively, I mean other drivers. It seems like half the time when I have to brake, it's for guys with trailers. I don't know, it could have been a woman driving the pickup truck. Let me not assume that it was a gentleman. I didn't look up. I was too busy waiting for the jerk that was going to be Jules braking hard for that truck crossing my path to be focused on who was actually behind the wheel. So I put out yesterday's video in a separate video, and I did that for several reasons. One, I got the content out there quicker because I edited it first. Two, the volume is really different between the G7X camera that I shoot most of the videos with and the dash cam. And so I don't have a good way with the software I'm currently using to level out. She put on the turn signal there for no reason. They've been doing that. That is not fixed. Elon, stop putting the turn signal on when I'm not actually turning. I can't get you to put it on as early as is safe, and then you put it on and just confuse drivers behind me when I don't even need it. So get it right. Do I need to come help fix it? Okay, she should be turning. I would have preferred she'd slowed a bit more there. That was acceptable. Not as smooth as I would have done, but it was okay. I wasn't as worried about the speed going around that corner because they have the weight position back pretty far, and I could tell that car was actually waiting in the correct spot. She's flashed me again, the little blue screen, to please, show her that I'm here. Well, I have to loosen the grip up with my hand just over the wheel when we go around the corner, otherwise I'll kick it out when I don't mean to, so. But I'm not really a fan of vision. I guess probably the cars should use both torque on the wheel and vision. I'm not convinced that one or the other, probably both is good. because I don't know, I don't feel like I don't look straight enough. I mean, I feel like I'm paying attention enough, but you do have to look at things to the side sometimes, and you don't need cameras. I don't know. We just need the software to be good enough that we are allowed to take our hands off and our eyes away, and build a level of trust. I don't know how much time we are away from that. I do firmly believe we will get there. But I did not bring my big camera over here because it's so windy today. It's not going to be a great day for flower pictures, and we are approaching the garden hut now. She needs to make the next right turn, which is into the garden hut and into the neighborhood. Is she not going to do that? I guess she's going to turn down here on the end, which is fine. I'm not saying that's wrong. It's just not where I normally turn. And the gate is open. They don't have the chain across, which they do. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I just take that a little slower than Jules does, or Ruby, you know. They are very busy, have no idea where she thinks we should park, and she has stopped. All right. Let these people go in front of me, and then I will pull into the space over here, which is about as good as it's going to get for me today. Which way is this truck going? Because I'm going to back in, and I don't want to make them wait. The spot right to my left is handicapped, but there's also one more spot next to it, too. I was trying to see if that was Nelsa. She drives a big white pickup truck, but that was not her. That was someone else. Alright. If Jules put up a "I'd like to park for you" prompt, I didn't see it because I wasn't looking for it. You know, it's kind of like being on I'm having an adrenaline rush roller coaster ride with the FSD beta, so, and just handling parking myself. I can handle it myself right now. This is a really wide spot, so I'm not too worried about Jules being in this spot. Phew! Okay. We all knew that Don was more calm under pressure, but you know, Don gets really agitated with it too. It stresses him. He may or may not handle it better than me, but it certainly stresses him. All right, let's go buy a plant. And this thing does look like it's recording. It had better be. I do still have the shower curtain in the back, just in case. Today, but I got what I wanted, and I told Don I might have gotten a couple more things. You know, the azalea and a couple things. Just, you know. And I'm headed home now. Obviously, I won't be able to FSD beta out of the parking lot, but once I get out on Old Honeycutt Road, I will. And, all right, we're off. Let's see what Jules kind of mischief we can get into now. Don't shake my plants around back there. I'm warning you, Jules. Don't do it. Nelsa is ready to close up shop. It is now 5 p.m. You know, it probably took me 10 to 15 to get over here, and I walked around for 45 minutes. It was a really fast 45 minutes. When you're having fun with plants. What is that? Oh, it's an alcohol bottle. Okay. I mean, not okay, but it's not like a tool or a piece of jewelry or something. It's a piece of glass. Not broken yet. I'm not opposed to letting her make this turn. There's not a lot of room between the getting out of the parking lot onto that little side street and then getting out here. Alright, I'm looking to see when she offers it to me. Any time now would be good. Why don't I have access to it? Excuse me? How can I demonstrate the beta when I don't have access to the beta? Excuse me? Auto steer temporarily on. There it is. Well, that was a long time to wait. Now it's temporarily unavailable again. Why? Alright, well, she's got on traffic aware cruise control, but I'm interested in the beta. Alright, engage. That was really weird. That was way more work than it should have been. I mean, I understand the 3 to 5 seconds, 10 seconds after you get going out in the road straight before you can engage it, but that was a long stretch. I suppose I should navigate home. Yeah, she's gonna cross this intersection, left onto Judd Parkway, left onto Main Street, right onto Wagstaff, left into the neighborhood, which is about what I figured. 7 minutes, 3.6 miles. But it's not about the length of the test drive, it's about the complexity of the turns. This next intersection, not this one, this is totally normal, but the next intersection is a little different. It doesn't go straight, it only goes left, but it's like, it gives you a caution anyway, just in case someone is coming out of the parking lot. It's not a normal intersection, so we'll see what she does. I don't know that Dawn and I have come through it too much. Tuesday when I go to the chiropractor, I'll let you know what I think about the highway section. Now we can't call it the highway stack anymore because it's been merged. But I'll let you know how things are going out on the highway. I'll be on the interstate for 5 or 6 miles. We need to go left here, Jules. So she started to go a little bit to the right, and there's actually a turn lane there, and I would say she's at least 2 feet farther to the right than she could be. They can probably still get past me, but she is not optimally aligned, and it had to do with the crest in the road and where the double yellow line started, best as I could tell as to why she did that. There's 3 or 4 cars in front of me. This light should be long enough, though, for us to get through on one light change. It's a disaster over here at rush hour, but right now on a Saturday afternoon, no big deal. Oh, I see that the blind spot camera has been moved into the navigation screen off of the car screen, the rendering of the simulation. Alright, let's see what she does here. See this left yellow arrow, but there's never anybody whoa, Jules, if there had been somebody in the left turn lane there, I would have had to have taken over, or you would have hit them. Way not good. I mean, how hard can it be to tell the car not to cross double yellow lines? Or not to invade turn signals? It's really okay to go around turns slower and stay within the lines. I mean, I've come to pull up to the stop sign at our neighborhood and had somebody come in off of Wagstaff and cut it way too close and almost hit me, or I have to slow up for them because they're not doing the right thing. I don't want my FSD beta car driving like that. I mean, I know people drive like that sometimes, but that's not how they should be driving. I want the car to set an example for driving properly. You know, if you're going to go too slow sometimes and do a couple other things because you know, regulations, then I need you to do all the other stuff. The things I more care about, I need you to do them correctly too. She's a mile over the speed limit. She's, you know, doing good. Of course, I would hope that going straight in a well-marked road would not be problematic. I guess what I want to say is it's not enough for the cars to just safely get us from point A to point B without disengagements. I need the cars to get us from point A to point B without disengagements, and me to get out of the car stress-free, happy, and feeling safer than if I'd driven myself. And I know she's watching out for an infinite number of things that I can't do, and there's that added safety there, so I do on that hand feel safer, but I need to feel comfortable she's not going to cross the line, either on that narrow stretch of road, you know, going down to the turn for the neighborhood, or when she's going around corners, you know, slow down a bit and make sure she stays in her own lane at all costs. And I don't think it's the turning thing is because of like the car behind me. It looks like it's going to hit me or anything. I don't even think back there was a car. I just noticed they've planted some sort of cherry tree on the right over there. I suppose in a few years that could be really pretty. They're blooming, but they're small because they were just planted. I'm sure they're not Bradford pears, since there's a bounty on them in our state to be cut down. I like Yoshino cherry in the spring. It's a great alternative to the Bradford pears, and butterflies actually like the Yoshino cherry. Okay, Jewel, we stopped just a little faster than might have been necessary there. And she does want to make the left turn, and I'm going to let her do that, but that means we have to wait up here. Now she's going to signal she's turning. That's good. I really have to wonder, though, if it's a regulation thing as to when she's turning it on. Or if that's just, you know, the standard in California, or... You know, I'm pretty sure my driver's ed teacher taught me that you put on the turn signal soon enough to protect your rear end from getting hit. And the speed that you're going up to where you're turning has a little bit to do with when you put it on, to give the person behind you a chance to brake, especially if it's not a dedicated turn lane and they're, you know, may or may not be turning. Now she's going to have to wait for these other cars up here that are coming. She cannot cross in front of them. You're going to have to wait, Jules. Wait your turn, wait your turn. And if you're going to go, you'd better fly. I'm letting her do it. She didn't do anything wrong except right before the turn, she jerked the wheel in the opposite direction of where we were turning. She does that a lot. Why does she do that? Humans never do that, right? I mean, I know people swing out sometimes when it's a close turn, but at that stoplight back there, that's not one of those situations. No human would ever swing out to the right before turning left. And people are told actually not to do that. That's not good driving practice. Why are the FSD beta cars doing that? She is still over the double yellow line there. And I have had, well, we saw her basically come to a stop a while ago, so I pray nobody's going past me here, because I really don't want to come to, there's nobody behind me close. I really don't want to come to a stop in the middle of the road. And I really think that was construction cone, and just, that was not a phantom brake. That was a concern that there was not enough room to pass safely, or that the other car was invading Jules' space, or something along those lines. Well, I am not going to get in a walk today, and I really didn't plan to walk today, and it's mostly what the weather, the wind, and this morning the rain, when I would have liked to have gone. It's not having enough time to accomplish all the things I want to do today, and it's probably mostly no Dawn to walk with, and walking by myself is boring. I'm not afraid to walk by myself, but it's boring. Nobody behind me. Turn signal, please. God. There's nobody here. Maybe she sees this white car and that caused her to have to. I touched the wheel. She was a little close to that car. It was probably, I'm sure it was okay. I'm sure that was just me, but I got nervous. Yeah. That was a little better. It wasn't awesome turning onto our cul-de-sac. I'm going to get out and get the mail. She's coming to a stop here anyway. This is where she stops me. I'll be a good girl and put my seatbelt back on down to the house. I admit to not always doing that. Of course, I never go over 3 to 5 miles an hour down the driveway, but Jules might decide to take off. Just kidding, I'm not in full self-driving now.